Well, it's 2 p.m. and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to join me today. I know your schedules are really busy, and I appreciate you being here to dive into a topic that it makes a real difference in your approach and your financial plan and your financial future. Let me start with a question. Have you ever felt like a wave of anxiety when the market is volatile and you see your portfolio and you're always questioning yourself, should I change it? Should I stay? And always thinking that you're going to be wrong and don't really know. Now, you're not alone. There's something, this happens to everybody. And to have the right mindset will help you make good financial decisions, create resiliency and resilience towards all the financial noise. And my goal today is to help you with that. Um, Now, very quickly, today we're talking about mental and financial resiliency, and it's a crucial skill that you need to have when you're making financial decisions. Understanding how your emotions will impact your decisions can make a big difference in your financial goal, and it will really, really make the difference between having millions or not. Um, Very quickly, well, my name is Gonzalo de Leon. This webinar is offered to everybody, not just my clients. I'm a vice president of investment here at Trilogy Financial Services. Been doing this for 14 years now, and but Trilogy was founded in 1999, and we manage close to $4 billion across the country. Um, and during all those years, not just for me, Trilogy clients I have seen firsthand how the right mindset can transform somebody's financial journey. It is not my opinion, really, and we're going to approach this webinar with some, I would say, authors or personalities that have studied this topic many, many, many times and even won Nobel Prizes for this. Experts like Daniel Kahneman and Richard Thaler and Morgan Housel. Those are some of the topics that we're going to bring, or the ideas of those authors that we're going to bring today. And they have studied and proven how psychology shapes financial outcomes. Um, the goal today is very simple. I'm going to give you three practical strategies to master your money mindset, and so you can be confident to navigate in any market condition. At the end, remember, we don't control the market. What we control is our actions. And I will share with you also an opportunity to tailor your financial plan to your risk level or whatever you're trying to do with your goal. Let's dive in and start in how our emotions often drive our decisions, and sometimes we don't even realize that. So I like this quote, right? It's the investor chief's problem, and even his worst enemy, it's likely to be himself. I have seen this many times, how somebody will come to the office with the same topic that they're bringing from the news. Could be the news or the social media, whatever they're looking. I could tell what network they subscribe to. I can tell what person they're listening just by the way they're asking these questions and the way their anxiety are coming. Um, so let's start with this. The first one that we need to understand is the with Daniel Kahneman, the loss aversion, and why you feel losses more painful than actually gains. This is really important in our decision. It's he calls loss aversion, and essentially we feel losses about twice as intensely as we enjoy gains. And that is the reason why when you see the market dip, you want to take action and you don't want to feel that pain anymore and you rather jump ship. So a quick story, everybody in this, I'm sure this webinar went through COVID, a lot of unknowns. There was a lot of unknowns, right? So this client called me and said, "Hey, this is, is the end of the world, and the market will go down to." He just pointed the number exactly, and I said, "Okay, great." And then I asked, "What do you want to do?" And he's really young. He was 30 something, and I tried to explain, "Hey, this is money for retirement. You're really young. We need to keep at it." So he decided to pull half of that money, just kind of say, okay, so I don't, I trust you, but at the same time, my pain is real and I don't want to lose anymore. So, the good story about that is the market rebounds very quickly. Half of his money actually, grew to whatever it's supposed to be, and the other half of his money stay for the rest of that year because he can't. He thought that he was going to feel that pain again, and I will count that as a half success story because at least that half stay. So what is the takeaway from this? Um, when you feel these biases, just pause. Every time that you feel this anxiety because you read something in the news or somebody say, "Have you seen the market? This is whatever that information," and you actually act on it, see your portfolio, you're seeing your portfolio tanking or going down, just pause just for a little bit and don't do anything. Even though you feel like you want to do something, just stop and think, why am I doing this? Am I doing this because such and such told me that this is a bad day for the market? Is because I read to the news what happened, right? And that split second of not acting will actually save you a lot of money in the future, and this is proven many times. Another way to tackle that feeling of loss, just do monthly contributions. Most of us will have a 401k, a retirement account, or some version of that that will do a monthly contribution. Normally, that detaches the feeling of loss when you're putting that money monthly or biweekly, every pay period. Now, when you see everything going down, now you need to think, okay, wait, I'm buying things, shares at a lower price. And that will help you saying, okay, I'm protecting myself against this loss just by buying more things. So that's why the 401ks normally perform better, is because people don't connect and disconnect. It's really difficult for them just to go online and stop contributions. It takes a lot of steps. Well, those steps make your head to cool down a little bit and think about what's going on. Um, Now, just again, have I will say, a sounding board, right? So clients will call me, this is what's going on, tell me what's going on, and we just wrap it again on the plan they're at, where they're working on right now, and that will give you a lot of answers. Now, the next issue is it's something that we will see again. People will say everybody is jumping ship, so I should do it too, right? So that's how to manage risk. Now, how do you do that? Well, a couple of things. First, make sure that you're well diversified. Now, I know you have heard that many, many times. But when you understand your portfolio and how that portfolio is diversified in different sectors, you will see that when something is happening in the market, right, something on energy or technology, when you see your portfolio and you understand where you're invested, you will say, well, yes, it's not, the market is not good for blank, let's say energy sector, but is really good for the technology sector. And when you can describe that in your portfolio, and you don't need to be an expert, I'm not expecting you to be an expert, but just try to see. There's a lot of tools out there that you will show you where your money is invested or diversified, and that will bring peace of mind. Like, okay, so really, are you saying that everybody is going down? Well, not really. So that is uh, the first task that I want you to do. Now, I know it could be a buzzword like diversification, but I want you to go a step further. see your portfolio. I'm sure it could be diversified, but then try to dissect it with the tools that you have already in your 401k. Normally, you already have those tools. Dissect it even with more details, and you will see that that diversification will help to spread the risk along, different sectors, right? And then just remember, uh, I would say to review your portfolio. This is another takeaway or hopefully tool. Review your portfolio, I would say every 6 months. Yes, stop going to your 401k every day or to IRA account every day or even open the statements every month. Just, I, I'm going to give you a different approach. Try to review your financial plan every month. Every time that you want to go in and check your 401k, pull your financial plan, see where you're standing, see how close are you to meet your goals. And that will be the solution, not that everyday balance that you see. It won't give you any answers. The answers will be in your financial plan. So it will tell you, oh, I am 42. This is retirement money. I should leave it, let it be, because I know I'm diversified. This is going to be okay in 20 years, right? So those are the things that I recommend you now. If you feel like your setup and your IRA or your 401k is not you, reach out to us. We'll make an analysis and make sure that your risk tolerance with your current portfolio, they're actually meet, right? And that's the other thing. When expectations are not the same as reality, is when you make poor decisions. When you know the level of risk that you are, and you're okay with that level of risk. And when things happen, you're expecting this movement, and because you're expecting that, you can actually know what's going to be your action. So if you're taking, let's say, a lot of risk, let's say you have 90% in stocks. Let's say that just to make a conversation, you know that that balance can go down 40%. Now, when you put that into your head, you feel the pain, but then you say, well, when that happens, I'm going to call my advisor or I'm going to review my financial plan. And it will happen. I don't know when, but it will happen. So now you're creating an algorithm in your head. When these happen, I'm going to do blank. And now you're ready for it, rather than just unexpected, right? Just like COVID. I'm sorry, I keep bringing that, but it was a dramatic change. It was so fast, and people and clients, my clients were focusing on something else that nobody touched anything. Just that one client, nobody touched anything. They were figuring out, how to protect their family. Their focus was somewhere else. They were not focusing on their statement every month. They were concerned about having toilet paper and things like that. So their focus shift, and that's why they left their portfolio alone. And at the end, it was the right thing to do. Now, the next thing that I just want to talk about is when the market gets really, really rocky, these are the tools that you should have uh, under your toolbox. Now, remember, wealth is built through patience, not speed. And the emotions happen in the other side. Everybody's talking about a specific stock or a specific person saying something online, and now they're saying, "Oh, his company is going to skyrocket." Rocket. Yes, we're looking at that emotional speed. Every time you're making a decision based on your gut feeling, you should kind of stop, understand why you're making that decision, and then just go back to your tools, which I'm just describing right now. So create a written financial plan. Now it's called written, but people don't really print these things. Normally we'll have a financial portal. It's everywhere in your 401k. You can do something like that. Every company will offer some version of a plan. Now, if it's really detailed, that's even better. But rather than just pull a book, just go into your financial portal, see where you're standing, and then see the projections. And you will see that even in the bad market or the bad year, your goals should be fine anyway. So that's that. You make automatic contributions. We already discussed that. The idea is that you feel that pain, and even if you see that statement that day, just take a look at how many shares you bought that day. And you will say, okay, I'm taking advantage of this down market because I'm buying things differently. And I think the one at the bottom is the most important, I will say, and that is true for female investors more, to have a very healthy emergency fund. Control your emotions by having a big emergency fund. So if you say, no, I don't want to take a lot of risks, okay, rather than make that decision in your 401k or in your IRA, we will translate that in your emergency fund. And rather than have 6 months, maybe it's better that you build it to 12 months. That will bring peace of mind rather than just make changes every time the market is wrong or it's not cooperating. I would say in your 401k, just turn around and say, well, I have a year of my expenses saved up. If that's what you need to leave the 401k alone, or any retirement planning or any investment, I'm not talking about just retirement, any investment is alone, do that and invest that time and that effort and that money to build that emergency fund. And again, you're trying to control the emotions and not act on your emotions in your portfolio. So risk, mental toughness around financial issues plus being disciplined is what makes better financial outcomes. Now, it says money right there because we use that tool. It's a tool that we forecast all different scenarios and even try to poke holes at clients' plans just to make sure if it holds water. Because we have done that, when the market happens, you will be like, well, we already ran this scenario and it's fine. And that's the tools that we're trying to give you to give all our clients. Again, just if you want to just quick notes, separate emotions from decisions. So we feel anger. Remember, social media. We learned this. Social media algorithms and AI, I guess, just learn that us as humans, we enjoy not enjoy. We click on things that create emotions and even rage and anger, right? And then you go back and make decisions from with that emotion. When you're about to click that sell or call your advisor to move to conservative, just take a moment. I would say at least 2 minutes before you make that call and think, why am I making this call? Is because such and such says something online? Is because X person won the election or lost the election? Whatever that is, just make sure that you're separating your emotion from that action that you're going to take. Number two, have a written plan. And every time you feel compelled to make a decision, pull your written plan first, your financial plan. Make sure that you're on track, understand where you're standing right now. And whatever is happening, I'm sure it's not going to change your financial plan. And partner with a financial advisor. The idea of a financial advisor is my job is to help you make better financial decisions. So when combined, we communicate and I try to explain what is happening. I normally don't explain why the market is behaving some way. We normally go back to your financial plan and how that things that we don't control will do a little detail change in your plan, not a huge plan in your, not a huge change in your plan. So that's the idea of a sounding board. Now, please don't call your friend or coworker that you're watching the same news. And what is my, the person the next office doing? I'm going to do the same thing. That's not the right approach to stay focused in your financial plan. Now, remember the other thing is this, and you can all these names and Carl Richards and these books. If you want to know more about those the work of these experts and psychologists, send me an email. I will send you a quick 5 big ideas of each of the books. More wisdom in less time. And the idea is that you review it, apply it in your life, and I will send you just a quick five big ideas for each book. Now, this one is really interesting because when this is a famous graph that comparing the market with the investor return. What's going on is just the behavior, because they're acting on an emotion. So small changes in behavior can lead to significant financial improvements. Okay, so now every time, just try to condition yourself, create that algorithm and install it in your head. Every time that I want to log in into my 401k to check that, I am going to pause and open my financial plan. That quick, small change is very small. I'm just asking you to pause 2 minutes and open your financial plan. It's not a huge change, but I assure you that is going to create big improvements in your return in your investments. Now, again, let's just quick recap. We're almost done. Remember the emotion of loss aversion, that you feel more pain than gains, and you make decisions like that. Uh, how can you practice that? Just make sure that you review your risk portfolio and it's okay with your risk tolerance. And then remember, when you become resilient, it's not that your mind just changed. It's just you created an algorithm in your head to do something else. And that over time will create that resilience that I expect you guys to have very quickly. Now, I hope it was helpful for you. And please, if you found them helpful, share it with your friends or family, somebody that can enjoy and I will say take advantage of this. Now, if you have any questions, scan it here and just type the questions. I will personally respond to those questions to you. And feel free to just email us directly with invite. You can do that and I will send you those big ideas for each of the books. Now, do we have time for questions? We don't, right? Let's just scan these questions here, send it my way. I'll respond. This video in a couple of days will be approved, like hopefully, and then upload it to the YouTube channel that we have a trilogy. I am going to send you an email, follow-up email with the link. So if you want to share it or you want to see it again, just use it for you. All right. Well, have a great 2025, and remember, pause. All right. Have a great day.